Hi, this is going to be a short review of some specialty pencil sets I got from Castle Arts. I got three sets of 24 featuring artist editions, and the palettes reflect the colors they often used in their artwork. I have one featuring the palette from Sandro Botticelli, Wassily Kandinsky, and Vincent van Gogh. So let's take a look at these. I'll start with Sandro Botticelli. Now, the cover features one of his famous works. This is The Birth of Venus. Sorry for the glare here. I usually film at night because, you know, stuff goes on during the day here. The back, it gives a little bit of information about the artist and his work. Sandro Botticelli was an Italian painter of the early Renaissance, and The Birth of Venus depicts the goddess having emerged from the sea as a fully grown woman. The seashell was a symbol in classical antiquity for a vulva. And I chuckled when I read that, you know, I mean, they got the word vulva on their packaging. I don't know. Over here it says, this deluxe set of colored pencils has silky smooth velvety soft leads with a large crayon of permanent color with light fast qualities, offering both translucency and opacity. So let's have a look at what you get inside. There you go. Each set has a catalog of their different products from Castle Art, including, if I can open it here, yeah, a catalog of all their colors. And their lines include pencils, both regular and watercolor, acrylic and oil paints, and I believe pens. So that's an overview of all their colors. And here you get a catalog of all their products. You've got gel pens, fabric paints, oils and acrylics, and pencils, drawing tools, graphite pencils, and drawing sets as well. And each individual set has a little bit of information about how to use the colors in their palettes, with a mini tutorial. This one features Venus and using the skin tones for her face and hair, step by step. It's really simple. It's not a complex, in-depth tutorial. It's just use this color here, use a lighter touch there. I did use this palette on a portrait. For those that are new to my channel, I color. I don't create my own artwork. I color in coloring books, and I'll show you a little bit what I did with the color suggestions for the skin and hair. There we go. It's in this book from Creative Heaven, Bohemian Beauties, illustrated by Dorian Addict, aka T. Fallon. And I used the Castle Arts for her face, the eyes, and the hair. And I was really impressed the way they work on this paper in this line of coloring books. It blended very easily, and I found that the transitions between the colors was very smooth. A lot of times, from my experience coloring, sometimes if you're looking for skin tones, you might have a couple of peachy colors, and then it goes into a darker brown. You don't have that nice transition tone, and here I was able to get that with the Botticelli set. And here's the swatch for these. And there's a nice array of neutrals in here, and greens, earthy tones. There's a lot of earthy tones in here. And I'll show you what the pencils look like. They have the color name on there and a number. And their logo, Castle Arts. And it says Soft Touch. Now, I did have some sharpening issues with the mauve in the Kandinsky set, but for the most part, I didn't really have a lot of sharpening issues. They also have the let's see if I can get this down here for you. They have the palette on in the inside of the tin as well. But I always like to make my own color chart on paper, and I use Nina Bright White cardstock. So that is, I've got everything here for that. Yeah. So that is the Botticelli set. Now, before I go on any further, one thing I did discover is you will have repeats with these. In other words, between these three sets, I had 3 yellow ochres, 2 whites, 2 blacks, 3 mauves, 3 cobalt blues, and some other, and so forth. So you will get repeats. Between these 72 pencils altogether, I had 53 individual colors and about 19 repeats. This is the Kandinsky set, and Wassily Kandinsky Wassily Kandinsky was a Russian painter in the abstract style, and the cover depicts his most famous recognizable work, squares with concentric circles, from 1913. Now, as a side note, I do on my YouTube channel, I have a playlist of famous painters, and each one of these artists has a video featured in that playlist. And this is the Wassily set, swatches rather. Not a whole lot of neutrals here. I would say a couple of yellows and a couple of light browns, but that's it, and a gray and a black. So this one would probably be good for florals. Speaking of that, the other I'll go over quickly what the other sets are. Yeah. Also included in the specialty series, you have 2 other artists, Cezanne and Monet, and then you have the seascapes, landscape, urban, botanicals, and portrait. And like the other one, you get a little tutorial inside. Step by step on how to recreate his circles. And what I like about this palette is there's a lot of nice transition colors. In other words, I noticed that you could use these three reds together and make a nice three-way blend. These purples, the purple lake, mauve, deep mauve, and mulberry, and the greens even. You know, there's I was really impressed with the lineup of these colors and how well they work together. And for this one, I used on this coloring here. This is a page out of Selena Finek's Goddesses. Now here I used a metallic pencil, and I went over it with the Chinese orange, and they worked very well with the metallic color. And I also used them in the Botticelli on a page in the Kimono Designs. There we go. What I was, this is from Creative Haven, and their paper. I found that I really like the way these Castle Art pencils work on this paper. On this kimono here, I used the Jane Davenport. I was looking for a specific shade of teal, and I found that they didn't cover the white of the tooth of the paper as well as a Castle Art, so that was an interesting contrast. And the third set is the Van Gogh. And here it talks a little bit about Van Gogh. He was a Dutch post-impressionist painter. And the cover of the tin depicts his famous work, The Starry Night. There we go. And here's the color palette for this one. And like the Wassila Kandinsky color palette, you have a lot of bold, nice, bright colors. But you get a lot of nice neutrals in there too. Browns, a lot of browns, and a nice array of yellowish browns here too as well. You know, earthy tones, in addition to blues and greens and a few reds. So this one has a really nice color palette for, you know, landscaping and whatnot. And just like the other two, you get a little catalog of their other products and a mini tutorial on how to recreate the Starry Night. I knew I had a rendition of something from Van Gogh in one of my coloring books, and I found it and I colored it using this set alone. And it was this one here. There we go. And this was on a Dover coloring book titled 60 Masterpieces to Color, rendered by Marty Noble. And this is Van Gogh's bedroom. I didn't copy the colors of the original painting. I used the yellow ochre for the background because I have 3 of those pencils, and I thought, well, I might as well use it up. So I used the yellow ochre for the background, and for the chairs and the bed, I used a combination of the Indian red and the walnut brown and some of the burnt sienna to create this kind of rusty looking wood. So I played around with them. It was very nice, enjoyable. I like the way they colored on here. Not as well as the Creative Haven book. This one I did struggle a little bit with the pencils on this paper, even though they're both from Dover Publishing. So, you know, I find with these pencils, multiple layers seems to work best. Multiple layers, and you can burnish it with a lighter shade, such as if you use the Indian red, you could burnish with maybe a cadmium orange or a light yellow ochre. I did find that for the mauve in this set, I did struggle sharpening it. I was using the Faber-Castell sharpener, and the lead came out, so I tried the Prismacolor, and it just I couldn't get that really sharp point that I wanted, so I went to a sharpener that I got from Michael's, this what do you call it, Artist Loft one, and it worked pretty well. There we go. I do believe I have 3 of these between the 3 sets. So I will talk now about the pros of these sets. Again, this is the Botticelli, Kandinsky, and Van Gogh. I got these because I'm really into classic works of art, and so when I don't have any other Castle Art products. I don't have their regular pencils, and when I saw these specialty sets, I said, oh my god, that would be great to have. So I broke down and got them. Now the thing is, these 3 sets are at least $15 more than their regular 72 set. So you're paying for the packaging and the novelty, I guess you could say. And there's only 24 colors in a set, and you will get repeats the more sets you get. Like I said, I've got several repeats in these 3 sets. And I did, when I ordered these, I contacted Castle Arts to find out if these pencils were the same as the regular 70 or 72 or 120 sets. Were they the same colors? And yes, they are. They're just taken out of their lineup and put into these specialty sets. So they are the original Castle Arts, just in special palettes. And they did send me a list of their colors in each one, which was nice. coloring with these, the pros, you know, you do go in with multiple layers, and they do a pretty good job with coloring the white of the paper, getting into the tooth of the paper, providing you get a, you know, they're sharpened, and they do have a, I think, a 3.3 lead, which makes them, you know, easier to get a nice sharp point on them. And the smooth coverage is, they're not scratchy at all, and they blend very nicely, which reminds me, I've been working on another page right here, and I did her dress using the Kandinsky Set. Her skin, I used the Botticelli, and you know, I get seamless blends. I'm very impressed the way these pencils work in these books. And this one is also Crater Haven, illustrated by Mingju Sun. The tins are they're, I was going to say easy to open, now they're proving me wrong here. Hang on. Yeah. They're very easy to take out of the tins. I recently got a set that made that very difficult. I ended up putting those in a case. These I'm going to keep in the tins. Now, they said that they are light fast, and they use the term light fast qualities. Now, I don't know what that means exactly. I'm guessing that, oh yeah, they'll eventually fade in light, but you know, a lot faster than an artist grade pencil would. That is the way I interpret that. So if you are an artist that sells your original work, you might want to avoid these and go with something like a, you know, polychromos or you know, Derwent or something. So that right there is my mini review of the Castle Art pencils. I'm very impressed with these. I'm glad I got them. I don't know if I'll be getting any more of the specialty sets, considering that I'll be getting probably more repeats. But I you know, I got them for the novelty of it, because I love classical art anyway. So that is my little mini review of the Castle Arts Artist Editions. Thanks for watching.